when my grandmother left me $4.85 million. My parents had no idea what I actually did for a living. They took me to court 3 days later. My grandmother's body wasn't cold before my mother was touching up her lipstick by the funeral home door. My dad whispered something about how much longer this would take. Neither of them cried. I stood in the back alone, looking at her photo on the easel beside the casket. She deserved so much better than this family. She was the gentlest person I ever knew. She raised me, taught me to ride a bike, was there for every moment that mattered. Every time I came home on leave, I drive 4 hours to see her. Food was ready before I knocked. In 3 years, my parents visited her twice. Both times for money. Both times my grandmother gave it. 2 days later, we sat in the attorney's office. $4.85 million. All of it to me. My father's chair scraped back hard. He claimed my grandmother had lost her mind, that I'd manipulated her into changing her will, that I had no real job, no husband, that I was a nobody and had no right to any of it. My mother grabbed her purse. "We recontesting this," she said. "We will leave you with nothing." I looked at them both. "Do what you need to do." I didn't explain. I didn't argue. Not yet. The lawsuit arrived 3 days later. Undue influence, fraud, mental incapacity. I opened my laptop and made one folder. Operation Inheritance. Courthouse was Wednesday morning. My parents walked in like they owned it. Their attorney was Dalton. He'd handled the biggest estate case in the county. Local news had done segments on him. I came in with one thin manila folder. Dalton looked me over. "No attorney, no binders. Sweetheart, I'll have this done before lunch." I smiled and said nothing. Their side performed. My mother wept through her entire testimony. Voice breaking, hands trembling, not a single tear. My father told the court I was manipulative, a freeloader, possibly a threat to vulnerable people. Their expert witness had never once met my grandmother, reviewed some paperwork, and declared her mentally unfit. Every time Dalton said "your witness," I said the same 2 words. No questions. He smirked wider each time. My father leaned back and said something low to my mother. They looked like people who'd already won. "The plaintiff rests," Dalton announced. "The evidence speaks for itself." Judge Calloway looked over at me. "Ms. Cole, do you have anything?" I stood slowly. "Just one thing, Your Honor." Dalton laughed. "A letter of apology?" I reached into my bag and placed my military ID on the stand. Didn't say a word. Just waited for the judge to pick it up. The room went quiet in a specific way. The way it does when something irreversible is happening. Judge Calloway looked up. "Ms. Cole, this is a military ID. You are active duty." "Yes, Your Honor." "Your rank is major." My father snorted. "Major of what?" "The Salvation Army." Nobody laughed. Judge Calloway's voice stayed even. "Your current posting?" "Fort Bragg, Your Honor. I'm on leave to handle this." "Your role?" "Senior Trial Counsel." "Judge Advocate General's Corps. I prosecute felony fraud and war crimes." Dalton's pen hit the floor. My mother grabbed my father's arm. I called my father to the stand. He walked up like a man who already knew. I looked at him. "Dad," I said, "the records show $13 million in gambling losses, multiple loans from your own mother, 3 mortgages in default. This establishes your motive for bringing this case." "Objection," Dalton said, already on his feet. Judge Calloway didn't look up. Overruled. Counselor. 10 minutes. That's all it took to expose every lie. The debt records. Every loan my grandmother gave him. Documented. Then the calls. Collections agencies contacting her at the care facility. Then the date she rewrote her will. 1 week after their last call. Last I asked the bailiff to play the recording. My grandmother's voice was tired but completely clear. She said she'd helped him more times than she could count. Said she kept waiting for things to change. They never did. I set everything down. No further questions. Judge Calloway's gavel came down hard. Case dismissed with prejudice. Plaintiffs to cover all costs. Record referred to the district attorney. Perjury and attempted fraud. My mother grabbed my arm the second I stood up. "We are your parents," she said. I removed her hand. "And I'm an officer of the court." I walked over to Dalton. Slid one last document across the table. His face went pale. "Bar complaint. You coached perjured testimony." I have the phone records. I buttoned my jacket. "You should have asked who you were suing." I walked out into the parking lot. Pulled my uniform jacket from the trunk. Put it on. Got in the car and started the engine. In the rearview mirror, my parents were still standing on the courthouse steps. I didn't look back.